I'm late and I'm also live right now. I am so sorry, you guys. I am nearly 10 minutes late for our live stream and I suck. I just want to say that. So I'm sorry that I'm late, but I was just on the Unit 2 group coaching call with the folks who are taking the course right now. And it was a really great conversation. And I hate when we're in the midst and depth of kind of hashing through people's crap that I'm like, oh, I gotta go, bye. So I try not to do that. And I really wanted to fully answer people's queries. And so I did, and made that a priority. Hey, Bernard. Hey, Bernard. I'm so glad to see you guys here. I apologize for my lateness. Hello, Joe. And I'm glad to be back doing live streams. Last week's live stream, I was sort of back with myself. I'm much more in myself right now. I don't know. It's Fiona always. I don't know if you can tell that I'm feeling a little bit more like myself and a little bit better about things, but I definitely am. I'm feeling much more rested than I was. I was really, you guys, so depleted. I was so physically unwell and mentally unwell, and just really feeling the pain of the poor choices that I made in January and February. And so I've recouped from that. I've reorganized myself, reprioritized myself, got some shit straight in my head. And I'm continuing to work on recovering from burnout because, again, I didn't get to burnout state in overnight, and I will not recover from it overnight. So I am trying to remember that kindness with myself as I deal with everything. Anyway, so I am back. Hey, CV, thank you so much for joining me. So today, what could we talk about today? Well, I wanted to talk a little bit about sort of where I'm at in my head in terms of future planning. So, I talked a little bit with you guys last week about how COVID, thank you, Joe, just as I'm looking a lot better and happier. Thank you. So I was thinking a lot about how I got myself into this mess and overscheduling a lot of things that drain me, and things like that, and just been very thoughtful about what it is I've been using my spoons for and what I'd like to be using my spoons for, or how I like to be using them differently. I think I'm in a sort of phasal change in my life where I have been working towards certain things, specifically career things, for a very long time. And I would like to free myself of that. Really, I've really used the word free, my word for this year, to guide me through this burnout a lot. I've been reflecting on it a lot, because freedom is really important to me. And as I've begun to do this quality of life research that I know I've talked to you guys about, I have found out that it's really important to us. Yes, as a group, autistics, freedom is something that is really important to us, and flexibility too, even though we're told how inflexible we are. But anyway, I've been thinking a lot about what I want to be free of and how I want to be free of certain things. And I want to be, I'm done being so career oriented. I'm really tired. I like working and I like being a working woman. I like working and I will work until the last day that I can breathe. I'm certain. It's not that. It's that I'm not so sure I like the focus of my career right now. I did this, I built the course out of necessity, and I love it and I love teaching it and I love seeing you guys grow from it. But I got lost in it a little bit where it became, for a moment, the focus of everything that I was doing was sort of wanting to see this course blow up. And I think that's where I got out of alignment. Granted, I have to be kind to myself about it because it was during COVID, and that, we were all not making, great choices. We were all in a chaos. What did we know about what was going to happen next? And so it was hard to make choices during that time about what to do. But I'm incredibly grateful that I did the course and I got it out there because I had it and I was waiting to make it happen. And COVID was the thing that really pushed me into it. But I think I want to stop and think right now about what the focus was or my direction was for my career before the course came to be. And way back then, I was thinking a lot. I was working really focused on quality of life for autistic adults, which I continue to do through the course because the course is about quality of life. Um, but I really was interested in that particular place and being. And I'm also was in a crux about then that which should I choose to do quality of life or to do animal assisted interventions and to really talk about that animal piece and which did I really want to focus on. And I had kind of decided animals, but I wasn't really sure. And boom, COVID, right? So I'm back thinking about that again. And as I've begun to vet tech again, I'm thinking about it even more. And I think that's the missing piece for me right now. That's where I'm sort of at with the missing piece. I think that's the part of the career that I want to build and leave behind me as my legacy has to do with this really important, unique, rare connection that happens between autistic people and animals. And it's fascinating to me, and it is most certainly a part of my quality of life. And I'm quite certain it's a part of all of our quality of life. Oh, Joe, you're so good. When in doubt, zoom out. She's so right. And I did. Right. I zoomed way out and I was like, oh, that thing over there. And so I've started to do this little thing and I'm going to share it with you guys. And I've not really said it out loud yet. So this is going to be interesting. So I'm working back on those things about animal assisted interventions. And working on sharing the stuff and the story of Walter and I and how that became to be. And so I'm working on getting back into those things because they interest me. And of course, I'm like head first into this research. And then there's, of course, the book. And what I realized this week is that I was framing the whole thing wrong. I'm looking at it the wrong way, right? And so the book started to become this big monster to me. Like, oh, I don't want to go back there. I don't want to think about all of those times in my life when it was just so miserable. I mean, part of writing the book is going back to when my life sucked. I mean, really sucked. And I don't necessarily want to go back to that headspace. But what I realized is I was putting it all in the wrong place. I mean, I really, this is my opportunity to say goodbye to all of that stuff, to say goodbye to that sad, lonely girl, to say goodbye to those awful things, to put it all down on paper and to know that it'll be there for other people to learn from. But I can say goodbye to it. I can say goodbye to that trauma. I can say goodbye to those people that traumatized me. I can say goodbye to the choices that I made that were so terrible. And so I've reframed the whole idea of writing this book in my head. I know what they want from me, and that's fine. They'll get what they want out of it. But in order for me to tell those stories, I need to be telling them from the perspective of it's time to say goodbye. It's time to move past them and just leave them for other people to learn from. And so, yeah, this is my goodbye book. That's what I'm writing. It's my goodbye book now. And so that's helped me to sort of re-see it and re-envelop it into my life. And the research is my hello. The research is clearly where I'm meant to go next, searching after quality of life, working on animal interventions for us, leaving behind for other people the lessons that I've learned and what I know to be true about autistic people and what we're missing in order to take care of autistic people well. And so I'm going to be focusing on those things. I am secretly, or not so secretly now, I guess, looking into becoming a cat behaviorist. That was my dream career as a little kid. I always wanted to either be a zoologist, like a veterinary zoological vet was what I wanted to be, or I really wanted to work with cats and only cats and be a cat behaviorist. And my wealth of knowledge about cat behavior is huge because I'm autistic and it's been a special interest for my entire life. It's a lifetime special interest. You know, the amount of information that is up here just sitting there. And so what I want to do is I would love to combine becoming a cat behaviorist and a cat behavior educator with working with autistic people somehow down the line. I would just love to be able to do that. But that's what my brain wants to learn about. That's what my brain wants to do next, is more in there, more in the animal world. And it can't be working at the vet's office because the sensory is too much. It's too much to do every day for me. So that's what I've been thinking about is, oh yeah, this whole time that I've been working on the course and pushing the course, that piece of me that loves animals and working with animals has been missing. That component of it is just not there in that work, right? Unless somebody who's taking the course is also obsessed with animals and wants to incorporate animals into their life. I'm not working on it. And I miss it. I miss that just, I miss it. The animal love. Look at her. Look how do you want love? Oh, she just pulled me. That's her weight, by the way, that just pulled me over there. Anyway, so that's what I've been thinking about. That's been my next phase of sort of burnout recovery, has been, what do I want my career pieces to look like? What do I want to be working on my career pieces? As much as I love you guys, one-on-ones are exhausting. They're so exhausting for me. And there's other things like the podcast interviews and all these other things that are just exhausting to me. And I don't want to do them anymore. And in the meantime, I haven't spent any time working on the stuff that I do love. And so I'm going to be dedicating some of my time to getting back into volunteering in the shelter so that I can start working with cats again, and other things, and looking into what it will take for me to become a cat behaviorist, and other things. And then I'm also going to start looking for opportunities to present in places about autism and animals, and that kind of thing, because I was presenting on that until COVID. And so I'm going to get back to it. And I want to, and I miss it. And so that's what I'm going to be working on. And the research is all about what's next, right? Like, this is the research and the answers and the information that I want to leave on this planet for other autistic people. And I don't have a lot of time. I'm going to be 46 in less than 30 days. So 46 is on its way. I don't have a lot of time to sit around and do this research, or to get the funding for it. And yeah, that's what it is that I want, where I want to be, what buckets I want to fill with my spoons. Fiona, I know. She's hungry and she has to go to the potty. And that's what she's telling me right now. And I love her so much. Oh my God. It's my heart. She's my heart. Okay, you guys. So that's where I'm at. That's the stuff that I'm thinking about in my brain piece these days. And what I wanted to share with you. It's sort of where I'm at in my burnout recovery. I hope it's been interesting chat with you guys. You guys are certainly in on it over there. So it says, now that you're writing a memoir. See, Bernard is saying over here that memoir writing re-traumatizes him too. Right. And it wasn't a component of it that I really thought about. But it's there. And so I really needed to reframe that for myself. I love you. And yeah. So with that, you guys, I guess I'll say goodbye for today. And I'll be back on next Wednesday for the next Being Back Alive, where I will continue to share with you guys sort of my steps out of burnout, and how I am recovering from some really unwise choices that I made in January and February. And so, yeah, for now, I'm going to go and I'm going to give my puppas some lunch, and I'm going to let them go to the bathroom. And then I will see you guys out and about on the interwebs. Get out there and seek joy, create joy, share joy, all the joys. I will see you guys out and about on the interwebs, and I'll see you back right here next Wednesday at 11 MST for the next Being Back Alive. Have a good rest of your day, you guys. Bye.